Students, today we are going to learn lesson number 5, that is temperature. So, children, in our previous class, okay, in our previous lectures, we have studied about weather conditions, we have studied about climate, okay, and in second chapter, we have learned about important parallels and meridians. Okay, so in that we have studied 5 important parallels, right? We have studied about equator, we have studied about Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle. So we have studied these 5 important parallels. Okay, so now children, in this chapter we are going to study about the distribution of sun rays in various parts of the earth. Okay, how the sun rays are distributed in various parts of the earth. But now children, before starting this, okay, what do you mean by the term temperature? Temperature means how hot or cold something is. Okay, it is related to any object, or it is related to any temperature of any region. Okay, so how much hot or how much cold is that region, or any object, or any person's body. Okay, so this temperature term measures the hotness or coldness. Okay, yeah. So now children, as we know that, okay, as we know that Earth's axis is what? Earth's axis is tilted, right? It is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degrees, right? And Earth is spherical in shape. So what happens because of this, we are going to study. Okay, so see children, as we know, sun rays coming towards the earth travel in straight lines. Okay, what happens, they travel in a straight line. Okay, so now what happens here is, here what happens, as the earth is spherical in shape, because of its shape, okay, these are not perpendicular to all parts of the earth's surface. Okay, what happens, they are what? They are not perpendicular to all parts of the earth's surface. Okay, we know very well, the sun rays coming towards earth, they travel in a straight path. Okay, they travel in straight line, right? But as its shape is spherical, as Earth's shape is what? It is spherical in shape. These are not perpendicular to all parts of the Earth's surface. So in some parts what happen? They are perpendicular, whereas in other parts they are slanting. So see now children, I'll zoom for you this picture. Okay, now see here, this region of Earth is receiving what? This region of Earth is receiving perpendicular rays. Okay, so what happens is, see, this region is what? This region is our equatorial region, and this region is experiencing what? Perpendicular sun rays. Whereas, okay, whereas this region, okay, this region is receiving what? Area of slanting rays. Okay, so here it is what? From towards our equator, when we move towards north and south, towards our Tropic of Cancer and towards the Tropic of Capricorn, this region experiences what? Area of slanting rays. Okay, now moving ahead, okay, moving ahead, when we move towards the poles, okay, towards the polar regions, these regions receives what? Area of very slanting rays. Okay, extremely slanting rays are actually experienced. So now because of this, what happens children? What happens is, this region, okay, where there are extremely slanting sun rays, what happens in that region? That region receives very less solar heat, and because of that, that region experiences cold. Okay, these regions are cold in temperature. Okay, whereas the region experiencing perpendicular sun rays, what happens in that region? That region actually receives what? It receives more heat. Okay, they receive what? More heat. Whereas the region what were the areas where they are slanting rays, okay, means from towards the Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, what happens? That region is what? It is neither too hot nor too cold. Okay, so it is a little bit in medium. Okay, in simple words we can say that the temperature is not normal in that region. Okay, so now moving ahead, Moving ahead, the what will be its effect now, children? We are going to see the whose effect. The sun rays, when they are not perpendicular to all parts of the earth surface, somewhere they are perpendicular, somewhere they are slanting. So what will be the effect of it on earth's surface? Okay, so its effect is what? The perpendicular rays, they occupy less area. Okay, they occupy what? They occupy less area, and because of what happens, see, the part where the rays occupy lesser area receives bright sunshine and greater heat. Okay, so see what happens because of it. The surface there gets heated more and the air becomes hotter. Now see, I have shown you in this picture, you can see area of perpendicular rays. So because of that, what is happening? This region is experiencing what? It is experiencing what? It receives brighter sunshine and greater heat, and also perpendicular rays, they occupy less area. Okay, lesser area is occupied by these rays and they receive bright sunshine and greater heat. So because of this, what happens? The surface of earth gets heated more. Okay, it gets heated more and the air in that region becomes hotter. Okay, children, now moving ahead, this we studied about the region where the earth is receiving perpendicular rays. Now what in case of slanting rays? What happens in that case? In the region, okay, the region that receives slant rays occupy a larger area. Okay, it occupies what? It occupies the larger area. Slant means what, children? Like I have told you previously, okay, kind of a slope. Okay, have you seen slope? Okay, see, they are what? They are not straight. They are what? Like this here, slope. Okay, see, okay, they are what? They are not in perpendicular direction. Okay, they diverge. Okay, so what happens here is the slant rays occupy a larger area. In this area, what happens? The sunlight appears less bright and there is less heat in that region. Okay, so because of that, what happens? The surface there gets less heated and the air too is less hot. Obviously, this is going to happen. Why? Because that region is receiving less sunlight. So this region is going to be less hot. Okay, children. So see this region. Okay, these two regions, because they are, what is happening in these two regions? They are receiving what? Okay, they are receiving what? Slanting rays. Okay, so this region and this region. Okay, so between from the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn and Arctic Circle, Antarctic circles, they receive what? They receive slanting rays. So these regions are what? They are less hot. Okay, so now moving ahead, we are going to study this figure. Okay, this figure is giving information about the earth's shape and the distribution of sun rays. Okay, children, so now what is happening over here, we will see. Now see here, this is our sun. Okay, this is our sun and the rays are falling on the earth's surface. Okay, sun rays are falling on the earth's surface. Now what happens here is region A receives perpendicular rays, while region B receives what? It receives slant rays. And in the region C, okay, the region C is receiving what? Extremely slanting rays. Okay, they are receiving what? Extremely slanting rays. Now what happens over here? We are going to study. Okay, children. Now see. Here, sun rays falling on the earth are straight and parallel to each other. Right? These sun rays, they are what? They are what? They are perpendicular. They are what? Parallel to each other. Now see here. Means, for example, sun rays which are falling, okay, on the earth's surface, they are what? They are parallel to each other. They are not intersecting. They are straight lines and they are not intersecting. In mathematics, you have studied, right? Parallel lines and intersecting lines. Okay. So now here see, sun rays falling on the earth are straight and parallel to each other. However, we have seen that due to spherical shape, okay, due to spherical shape of the earth and the resultant curvature means what? The degree to which the object is curved, okay, the degree to which the object is curved, okay, children. So now what happens here is, see, we have, because of the spherical shape of the earth and the resultant curvature of the surface, okay, as we know that earth's surface is curved, okay, it is curved in shape, okay. So now what happens, they occupy a larger or lesser area. What happens, these sun rays, okay, they occupy what, they occupy somewhere, they occupy larger area, or somewhere they occupy lesser area. Okay, so this leads, because of this, what happens, children, there is unequal distribution of the heat received from the sun. Okay, children, what happens? There is what? There is unequal distribution. Unequal means it is not same everywhere. The heat which we receive from the sun, it is not distributed equally in all parts of the earth. Okay, it is unequal. So this leads to the unequal distribution of the heat received from the sun. Okay, received from the sun, resulting in, because of this, what happens, resulting in decreasing temperature from the equator to the north pole and towards the south pole. Okay, children, what happens, as we know that, again I'll repeat it, okay, children, as we know that, as we receive sun rays, okay, as we see that sun rays falling on the earth are straight and they are parallel to each other, they are not intersecting, they are parallel to each other. So because of that, what happens, due to the spherical shape of the earth, as it is sphere in shape and also it is curved, okay, and the resultant curvature of the surface, what happens, they occupy, somewhere they occupy larger area and somewhere they occupy lesser area. Okay, so because of this, what happens, there is what, there is unequal distribution of heat received from the sun, resulting in decreasing temperature from the equator to the north pole and south pole. See, this point we will discuss with the help of figure. Okay, children, so see here, like I have told you, this region is experiencing what, perpendicular rays, right? This region is experiencing what, perpendicular rays, whereas these two regions are experiencing what, slanting rays. Okay, so now what happens, children, the point was what, the, because of the spherical shape of the earth and the resultant curvature of the surface, sometimes these sunlights, what they occupy, because of it they occupy larger or lesser area. Okay, so now what happens is, because of this, there is what, there is unequal distribution. Okay, see, this region is hot, okay, why, it is receiving perpendicular sun rays. This region is hot, it is not that hot, okay, this region is what, not too hot, but here this region is completely, the region towards the north pole and south pole, this region, they are what, they are completely cold. Okay, so what happens, as we travel from equator towards the, okay, as we travel from equator towards the poles, we observe that the temperature of the earth's surface decreases. See, near the equator it is hot, okay, near the tropic of Cancer and Capricorn, the temperature is what, it is normal. Okay, it is not too hot and not too cold. Okay, and when we move towards the poles, near the south pole and north pole, what happens, we experience the temperature is decreasing. Okay, we see that the temperature is cold in that region. Okay, children, the temperature is what, it is cold. Okay, so now why it is cold, because in this region the solar heat, the sun rays are what, they are falling, they are extremely slanting, they do not receive sun rays. Okay, they are not receiving sun rays in perpendicular direction. Okay, they receive very less solar heat in this region, that is why the temperature goes on decreasing from equator towards the north pole and the south pole. Now moving ahead, based on the distribution of temperature, See, we have seen there is unequal distribution of temperature. In some parts, it is what it is. It is cold. Somewhere it is hot. Somewhere it is moderate. Okay. So based on the distribution of temperature, the Earth can be divided into torrid, temperate, and frigid zones. Okay, or tropical, temperate, and polar regions. See, torrid or tropical, temperate is there, and frigid zones or polar regions. Okay, they are one and the same. So now children, what do you mean by torrid? Torrid means the region where it is very hot or dry. The temperature is in that region, the temperature is extremely hot or dry. Okay, so they are called torrid or tropical regions. Now moving ahead, temperate zones. Temperate zones are what? They are not very hot and not very cold, like I told you. Okay, when we move from the equator towards the Tropic of Cancer and ahead, okay, these regions are what? Are temperate regions, because they are not very hot and not very cold. The temperature is medium in that region. And then comes the frigid zones, okay, where the temperature is very, very cold. Okay, our Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle towards the pole region. Okay, that these regions are what? They are what? They are. And what happens here is, because of that, these frigid zones, okay, they are very cold in temperature. Okay. So these frigid zones and polar regions, they are what? Their temperature is very cold. Okay, the temperature is what? Very cold in that region. Okay, now here what happens is, moving ahead, now we are going to see this figure. Okay, children, we are now going to study this figure. This figure 3 gives information about the thermal zones, temperature zones which are formed on the Earth's surface. Okay, so equator. Okay, near the equator there is what? This region is our torrid zone. Okay, children. Okay, the region near the equator, here, this region is what? Our torrid zone, children. So here what happens? The temperature in that region is very hot or it is dry. Okay, it is very hot or dry. Next is temperate zone. See over here, children, I'm circling it. Temperate zones are what? Here in this region, the temperature is not very hot and not very cold. Okay, it is not very hot and not very cold. Now what happens? See, moving ahead, we are going to study the frigid zones, okay, near our Antarctic Circle and towards the polar regions. Okay, this temperature here in this region, the temperature is very cold. Again, I'll tell you why it is very cold. It is cold because here this region is cold because this region is not receiving solar heat in more quantity. Okay, we can say in simple words, this region does not receive sun rays. Okay, solar heat not means they receive, but in a lesser amount. Okay, so that is why what happens, these regions are what? They are very cold in temperature. Now moving ahead, though latitude is the main factor, children, our latitude means these parallels, okay, the parallels of latitude, they are what? They are the main factor. They are the factors also which influence the distribution of temperature. Okay, see, these latitudes, they are the main factor. Okay, they are responsible for the distribution of temperature, but there are other factors also which influence the distribution of temperature, and also their effects are what? They are limited for a particular region. Okay, means, for example, their effects will be the factors which are responsible for the distribution of temperature. Their effects will be for a particular region, means it will be for only torrid zone, be for only temperate zone, and it will be only for frigid zone. Okay, so now moving ahead, these factors are as follows. Okay, what are these factors? We will study nearness to the sea. Okay, nearness to the sea means the regions who are near to the sea. Okay, continentality. Okay, now what is continentality? The degree to which the climate of a region represents the interior of a large land. Okay, what is continentality, children? The degree to which the temperature of a region, okay, which represent the interior of a large land, okay, which gives information about climate, okay, and that climate of a region, it represents the interior part of a large land, okay, and height above the mean sea level, okay. Next is physical setup of a region, okay, and these are the factors that lead to the diversity in the climate of a different region. Diversity means what? Variety, different climate is observed in different parts of region, okay. Other than these, there are some other factors also. Other than these factors, such as cloud cover, wind, vegetation cover, okay, vegetation cover, vegetation over here means what? Plants, okay, all plants which are found in that region, okay, the plants which are found in that region, okay. Then urbanization. Urbanization means what? Increase in the percentage of people living in urban areas than in rural areas, okay, rural areas. Now see, increase in percentage. We know very well, see children, as there are facilities in urban areas than in rural areas. So what happens for the opportunities, okay, to get all the opportunities, okay, what happens? People actually, they leave, okay, they leave their village, they leave their rural areas, and they travel, okay, they shift themselves to urban areas, okay. So because of that, what happens? There is an increase in the percentage of people living in urban areas than in rural areas, okay. Now next is industrialization, okay. Now what do you mean by the term industrialization? The industrial development of that particular region, okay, or etc., are also influence the local climate of that particular region, okay children. So this was our, okay, we have to, here we are going to end today's session. We are, and in our next session we are going to complete the other topics, okay, of this chapter. So here I am going to end our today's session.